Bam. Going live. Welcome to the show tonight, everybody. Pro Se Legal School. We provide the tools, you do the work, and you get to be the judge because we don't play around with her. I just came on. So on Facebook, if you're more than 5 minutes late, they shut you down, so your stream can't show on Facebook, which is ridiculous, but that's all right. We're here. We're about to rock and roll. Get everything lined up here tonight. I'm Coach Neighbors. In this video, we're going to do updates to the mortgage fraud lawsuit package. We're going to talk a little bit about that package, and we're going to talk a lot about that package. And I'm going to open up the screen share and show you what the package looks like. Now, you guys got to remember that package. Let's turn this down just a tad. That package has been updated several times. It used to be the online course, and then when we had our one of our legal coaches send me a review outlining the fact that had one of her people got the deed delivered, and they didn't even have to file a lawsuit. They just understood the words, and they sent them. The city sent them over to talk to the judge, and they just told the judge, there's no law that says. As a matter of fact, the law says you're supposed to have my stuff supposed to be delivered to me, and they made them do that. So when that happened, Teachable kicked us off, and then we turned it into the online course, or teachers off. We shut down the online course, and the lawsuit package that we're using in the online course is what we use in the mortgage fraud package now. Now, we don't really talk about the 6 missing things. I only make a reference to a couple of the 6 missing things. And those 6 missing things is what make that lawsuit package special from the other stuff. Those 6 missing things are my creative way of forcing them to have to come out with the original note. Now, one of the 6 missing things. So the 6 missing things, what you're saying is that there's 6 things missing from the original contract. And one of those things that you're saying is missing is you're saying that you and the lender agreed to do the deal according to the GAAP accounting principles. Bam. Now, the GAAP accounting principles are the federal banking laws that the bank is supposed to be following. The problem is that the bank didn't follow those, so they can't say they did. The bigger problem is that the bank can't say they didn't follow them, or they'd be violating federal laws. So, and that's kind of the way my stuff works. Okay, well, if you get in my program, you're not looking to run down their answer to their shit or none of that stuff. Okay, especially if you invest in the mortgage fraud package. You invest in the mortgage fraud package, you're going to be going after them for the 6 missing things, which reflects the illegal path that the mortgage alleged loan took after you left the table from signing the property deed, and you also address the 42 USC 1983 issue, the issue of their process and procedures not being fair. And keeping it simple, if the process and procedures are not fair, then it's a violation of your due process, because you have a right to have that shit be fair before they take your stuff and throw your family out on the street. But that's not what's happening. So today I'm going to show you the lawsuit package, the updates, and I'm going to open up the front page and talk a little bit about each package. Well, we'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll open up the front page. We'll see how the time goes. But I'm going to, I have it opened up what you actually get now. So you'll see in the package. Now, I also want to tell you guys that, say if you invest in the mortgage fraud package, one person contacted me because they didn't have the They didn't have a document to challenge the eviction, or they didn't have jurisdiction document, or the judgment document. And so, okay, so I want to make it easy for everybody to understand. We don't use that shit anymore. Now, we do challenge jurisdiction, but in a different way. We challenge the jurisdiction in the mortgage fraud package by jamming them up with the 6 missing things, and then we also jam them up because their process and procedures are not fair, or whatever. And in there somewhere is that challenge jurisdiction. The other way of challenging jurisdiction, the old school way, the conventional way, all the conventional crap that people did, you can't do none of that stuff in my program, and you can't connect my stuff to what you were already doing. And the reason is because, and this is what we learned from the real-time feedback that came in from the people that invest in this program, from the coaching groups and stuff. All right, so what we learned is that what good is it going to do to challenge the jurisdiction when the person that has to answer your challenge is the judge over there that's screwing you and that got paid to throw your ass under the bus? Okay, so then what we learned is we need to be adding those people to the list. We need to add the corporation that's funding the whole operation, and that's the state, to one of your documents that we'll talk about in this list, which is like your counterclaim, but it's not a counterclaim because they can't answer to it. And that's your way to get, we'll get to all that. So we're going to talk about those updates. I'm going to show you what's in the package, and we're going to talk about a few other things. One of the things we want to talk about is the new goal of my program. Yep, my program has a new goal. I know the old goal used to be to, stay in your house. Now it's to stop the court process or whatever. So we got a new goal now, and the new goal is jumpstart your critical thinking process. Okay, to jumpstart your critical thinking process. No, we don't do foreclosure defense. I don't do no defense. Okay, you can't get shit done on defense. I mean, you can help. Okay, let me put it this way. To get shit done on defense takes a whole lot of work, and I ain't really trying to have to work that hard unless I have to. And we changed the goal of the program, the operation, the bigger picture or whatever, from beating people down and making them give up to adding some fire in the packages to knock their ass out at the gate. For those people who don't really like making them give up. Some people like to knock them out at the gate and then kick their ass while they're down. And I'm good with that. As long as there's knocking and kicking going on, I'm good. Don't matter when. So we changed how we do things a little bit. And the people that invest in the premium package, which is going to be this mortgage fraud package or the prosecutor eliminate package, will receive the 3 documents that I'm about to jam in their face in municipal court. Now, I actually sent them over to them already. One is demand to strike. Judge Kopecky, the municipal court judge, we're demanding to strike the judge's bench warrant against me because, well, he's not even a real judge. We already talked about all that shit, so I ain't trying to go over that again. Okay, but we jammed him up because the judge is not registered with FARA, the Foreign Agent Registration Act of 1946, 1938. One of those two years is a federal law. And these bar members are supposed to be registered and on all this stuff, and they're not. So this document is jamming to strike Mr. Kopecky's crap because he's not registered as a foreign agent. Now, when you use the demand to strike because you're not a foreign agent, and all of the packages have the demand to strike, but not because they're not a foreign agent. Now, you can change yours to match that. It only takes a little bit of whatever. Say, but when you use that, you need to use the temporary restraining order, because if you're jamming up the judge or the bar member or whomever or whatever, then you need to follow with the temporary restraining order. Now, my temporary restraining order, the one that you get in my package, is set up to block the entire state from receiving federal funding according to the separation clause in the Constitution. Bam! That's more like a double jab, a body punch, and then a follow up with a hook. Uh-huh. Oh yeah. So one of the things that I want to tell you guys is, in my program, you're going to get to have you're going to learn how to have fun. You want to jumpstart your critical thinking process. Now, we teach you here that there's no lender foreclosing on you. You're being foreclosed on by an attorney illegally acting as third-party debt collector. And once you learn there's no lender, you should be able to better see what you need to be doing to take control. Okay? There's no lender. The lender done a charge off. They wrote that shit off their books and claimed it on it. It's done. And this is why when you come on here or you go in there talking, you come to me talking about the lender, I'm gonna ask you why the hell you here. Okay. When you start talking about the damn lender, even if you have my shit, they're gonna just know they're gonna know that you're stupid, and they're gonna ignore all of that shit. Okay, what they go by are the last words that you say in the hearing. So if they schedule a hearing for your ass, you jacked yourself up somewhere, and they already have figured out how they gonna finish your ass off. Say that's So once you learn there's no lender and it's the attorney, okay. So who else is running the show? The state. The state is the one that's actually doing the foreclosure. The state is the one that's paying the judge. The state is the one that's paying the judge. The state is the one that's doing all that stuff. And then non-judicial foreclosure, they tell you, oh, we don't have a file for y'all. Bullshit. They have a file. Let me throw this out here. There ain't no way in hell that the state could sell your property on the courthouse steps in 30 days if they didn't already have a file for your shit. Oh, let me go a step further. I have people that got the lawsuit filed or whatever, and they're getting mail from these realtors and all of these foreclosure.com and all of these places who already got your house listed and your ass beat, and you ain't even had a chance to go to court. So can't anybody tell me that, oh yeah, the entire system is structured to screw you guys, us all, just like well, not all of us. Not all of us. Some of us figure some things out, but the system is structured. You miss repayments, then they get to take your shit back. We don't answer to their lies. We don't run down answer to them. If you check the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure under the answer crap, scroll down to the bottom, you'll see where you don't have to answer to shit if you got defenses. I wonder why they don't say offenses. If you got why is it defenses? If you bring in shit to the table that's crushing their ass, how the hell can you be on defense? No, you don't have to answer the shit if you got offense. That's what Coach Neighbor. You tell him Coach Neighbor said that shit. Oh, so the rules say you don't have to run down their answer to nothing if you So let's just show here real quick what I'm going to do a screen share if I can get this set up. And then we're going to show you what the package looks like. Okay. Okay, this is the one. Okay, so this is what the new mortgage fraud package looks like. Now, remember the way we do things here. We're not answering to them. We're going to punch them in the face a whole bunch of times. So when you keep that in mind, now when you look at these, you no longer have to freak out. Oh my God, there's so many things. No, we don't do one thing at a time unless there's a certain situation or something. If you go in there with a whole big old stack of fire, they're gonna look at that stuff and they're gonna know you don't know what the hell you're doing, or you're scared because you didn't need all that. You only need one, a part or one. Okay, so let's just get right to it. So right here are the two things that I would probably be following first, and this is well, no, not that one. That's the old one. This is the new one. Demand to strike their arrest warrant. So this is the one I made for myself, and I just included it in here and left it with my information in it to keep it separate from the other one. And you can open up, you can see why this one has way more power because we're going after the striking now for the fact that they're in violation of the federal law. This is the power that I'm talking about. Add to my packages to knock their ass out at the gate. I never was one for knocking people out. That hurt. When I box, yeah, I like to make them give up and quit. Hey, but you know what? Yeah, I can, I can knock them out if I need to. So this is what we're doing, and so this is what this looks like. Demand to strike Christopher's Coca-Cola Ben's wife on the record, and move the case over to state court. Now you can put in there whatever you want. I'm having to move to state court because they got this crap in municipal court. They're already sending over to state court in case state court didn't want it, whatever. So you can adjust this to fit what you need to get done to crush some. And keep in mind, this can be used against a prosecutor. It can be used against a bar member, the judge. All of them. But if you use it against all of them, I would file it against them individually and just have one name on here or whatever. Now here I included a city or whatever because I'm messing with these people when I get them over to federal court. What I decided I'm going to do when I file my lawsuit in federal court, I'm going to sue the city legal department and the bar association. I'm just going to sue them first because they're the assholes that are allowing these people to do this shit. So I'm going to sue them first, and then beat them down, and then after that, then I can be looking at the city's situation, of the unlawful, the unfair rules and the unlawful stuff and all the things that they're doing over there. So you can see how this is going to be a serious problem for the judge. Now, it don't matter if the judge hasn't even ruled. It don't matter. The judge signed on without injured party. The judge is liable, and all the other people. Now, if you don't have a case, I mean, I had one lady put together the offer to pay letter, which we'll get to, and she sent it to the judge and the clerk. And she told them that this was going to be the first thing that they filed in the case. Well, in the eviction case, that they haven't opened yet. but she ain't paying their asses, and so she know they're going to file the eviction case. Oh yeah, she called it gorilla something or whatever. Yeah, that was pretty badass. The options are the power you have in my program is only limited by your fear or your lack of imagination. Okay, I be calling these assholes every day, asking them for stuff and asking them if they knew that they don't have under that. Oh wait, statutes and codes are not violent laws, and Supreme Court. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there. So that's kind of how, and then when you do that, you got to follow up with their temporary restraining order to block the federal court pursuant to the spending clause, Article 1, Section 8. Uh-huh. Oh, so as long as, according to the spending clause, as long as they're violating your due process or the Fifth Amendment or whatever, then they don't qualify for funding. So you can file this in your federal court case after you get your stuff filed and serve all the people, because you don't want to file all the shit at one time. And jam them up to, yeah, you know. No, if the federal just laughs at you and throws your shit out, then you just whip out your 42 USC and jam the judge ass up. That's what you got to do. Anytime they stomp in your face, you need to respond and sue their asses. That's how they. If you don't make them pay for stomping on your face, then your face is gonna get a bunch of stomps. So those are the first two that you want to think about filing. Now, probably the third one, and this is the power. This is the power for the broke people. Your demand for 3.5 in sanctions of mortgage fraud pursuant to Rule 11. Now, what we've done with this is generally we're going in for demanding sanctions because they didn't follow Rule 11, do a pre-filing investigation. But we beefed this up with the facts out of the mortgage fraud lawsuit package that we haven't got to yet, and this is kind of like a mini lawsuit. It's not a counterclaim because, well, they don't really get the answer to it. It's not a motion, so they don't get the answer to it. It's a demand, and, well, they can't answer to it anyway. So there you go with that. They cannot answer to it anyway, and so that's that. Now, this is what we include in the premium package and demand for sanction. I think it's also included in the other packages. This is your opportunity to actually sue them in their stuff before you move your stuff over to federal court. We found out that we have to crush their ass in state court before you move over there because they'll be on the phone asking them to stall. They'll be throwing your shit in a basket under the counter. Yeah. So after that, then I probably would go with this. Now, this used to say not judicial wrongful foreclosure. And people call them, oh, I have judicial, I have non-judicial. It stinking don't matter. Okay, it does not matter if it's judicial or non-judicial, because you're not going after them for what they said they did, what they said you didn't do, the lies that they said. You're going after them for the 6 missing things, and you're going after them for the fact that they violate your due process with the unfair process and procedures or whatever. Starting out with registering your shit in their office. There's no law that says you have to register your shit in their office. And once that registration is done, that allows them to put the first illegal lien on your property, which was the mortgage lien. And the reason it was illegal is because, think of it this way, there were several people who owned property. Before they could take out a lien on your property, all the owners would have to be present to sign, right. So the fact that they accepted the signature from your happy ass proves that you own the property already, and I smell stink. So we're going after them for their process and procedures. They're missing 6 things, breach contract, and you're also going after them for attorney's assets. Now, this is where the fun comes in, because when you jam the attorney up for attorney's assets, you have to look up the attorney's property, see who owns the property or who's the signer on the property, and then you have to add that signer of that property to your demand for sanctions or your counterclaim. If you're in a judicial foreclosure, you got plenty of time. I'd do a counterclaim before I did the demand for sanctions in that situation. Drag that shit out, add the spouse, attorney's spouse to the serve them. We also, in my sister's case, added the bar association and the judge on state court level, and we served them all in it. I think, okay, so I can talk about this part. I can't talk about the end part, but this part, the case was terminated in state court in Lawrence, Kansas. So, but the attorneys tried to move on with it anyway, and so it got real ugly for them. So those are the main ones. Now we also have this here notice of recusal that you can use. Now keep in mind too, all of my stuff is structured for federal court, and how it versus whatever in the other document, it showed right there that federal court stuff can be filed in state court. There's no difference between doing that than there is doing Supreme Court stuff in any other lower courts. Now, they whine about it and they hate it because their state court, it don't go the other way. Okay, you can't respond to a federal document with state court crap, because state court crap is state court crap. In my opinion, state court crap is federal crap watered down to make it more crappy. Yeah, and so it's been watered down to give the state the upper hand and all the crap. So that's how that goes. We had enough crap. Okay, sorry. Let's move on. I think we had enough crap. Now, I also included in this package this bad ass right here. Now, this badass right here is badass. Okay, did I say that already? Okay, I said that already. Okay, sorry. Okay, so this is what is in the package unfair pleading standard. I think I changed the name of it or something. My website ain't quite up yet, so I don't see it. The power of this is to jam up any judge that rules against you in anything. Jam up the judge that rules against you in anything. And so this is like a claim under the Tucker's Act for violation of due process for holding the plaintiffs pleading to a higher standard when the attorneys don't have a license. Yeah, that's hot. That is hot. Yeah, that's hot. So in this, and this is some of the stuff that I've added to the package, okay, for people who don't want to sit around and wait for them to tap out. Yeah. This is badass right here. So anytime a judge rules against you, jam their ass up with this. Now the Tucker's Act is also a federal law, and it strips the players, the judge, it strips the judge of their fake ass, lying ass qualified immunity that they use. They say they think they have. Now, number one, qualified immunity means you have to qualify. What the hell? Look the damn word up. I'm not smart as attorneys, but I'm not stupid either. Qualified immunity means you have to qualify. You qualify for the immunity if you're in a judicial function and you're following the Constitution. And okay, so there you go. That pretty much let the cat out of the bag right there, right? Because your ass ain't in no judicial function. You're in administrative bullshit. So No judge has any immunity anyway. But we're going to go in with the Tucker's Act. Now, if you invested in one of my lawsuits, the Tucker's Act, you should add to the front page because that chops their ass off with this immunity bullshit that they're trying to stick in your face. Uh-huh. And this is badass right here. So in this program, especially if you get the 2 premium package right here, you get right here what you need to kick the judge's ass. I'm just saying it. Right here, what you need to kick the judge's ass. And the funny thing is, it could be a case that was like last year, last month, 5 years ago, 15 years ago. Yeah, it don't matter. It does not matter. When they violate your due process, it's a problem. So, whip that out, jam them up with the temporary restraining order to block the entire state from receiving federal funding. Look up your state and see how much federal funding your state receives on a regular yearly basis. Yeah, just see how powerful that puppy is. And then if the judge don't want to grant that shit, then whip out that 42 USC and oh wait, this one is specially for the judge. I forgot. Okay, I like this. I can stay on this one for a minute, but we need to finish this up because I got some people here I want to. Okay, so I'm just the offer to pay letter. Now, the offer to pay letter is one that I put together for the people who have time. And the offer to pay letter was structured for the people who want to challenge their mortgage before they're in default, before all of this drama and before all of that shit. That's what the offer to pay letter here is about. And that's what the offer to pay letter is about. You want to challenge your mortgage before you're freaking in default. Maybe you're just tired of paying their asses because you found out now from coach neighbors that you're getting screwed and you want to put a stop to it. Okay, so then you just do the offer to pay letter, follow the instructions. You want to serve it on the people that you're paying. I serve a copy on the court, on the judge that handles the foreclosure stuff. I serve a copy on the clerk. I serve a copy on the sale barn. Wait, there's no case. Don't need to be a case number. Just write in there your name, your property information. Oh, somebody's calling me from Virginia. So I have to call me back. So I'm a little busy right now. Okay, so the offer to pay letter is hello.
I thought I'd get a recording.
No, you didn't get a recording. I hung up because I'm right in the middle of a live stream right now that we're doing.
Let me call you tomorrow. I thought I'd get a recording. I'll talk to you later. Thank you.
What's your name? Your first name?
Susan.
Susan.
I'll call you back when you're
Susan, you should listen to me, okay? You should log on and watch the rest of my live stream, Susan.
I don't know how to log on. Everything was coming up negative. That's why I called the number. Are you on Facebook?
Yeah, I'm streaming on Facebook. I'm streaming on YouTube.
I'll try to find you. I couldn't find it.
Well, you'd have to look up Coach Neighbors or Guy Neighbors, my name, and then find me there. So I'm going to let you go, Susan, so I can finish up. You can watch the video if you don't get it figured out.
Thank you. I'll talk to you later.
Susan, text me your name so that I can see it next to your number.
Okay, great. I'll do that.
Bye.
Thank you.
That was my friend Susan calling to figure out how to get on the live stream while I'm having. Bless her heart. Okay, she's up in here to fight, so that's pretty cool. Okay. So the offer to pay letter, I included it for the people who are interested in challenging their this fraud before you get into default. And the way this works, basically, in a nutshell, is there's a statute that there's a statute that mandates that when they call in the note, they're supposed to provide the original instrument of indebtedness. And, well, they can't. So pretty much the way we do here is I've included that statute in here and turned the lawsuit kind of into this letter kind of sort of thing because my brain's weird, and so that's what I do. And so it lets them know that you're offering to pay the full amount in addition to any attorney fees or any extra stuff. They can add whatever they want in there. As soon as they come up with the original instrument of indebtedness as per the statute that I have listed in the thing. So when you jam them up with the offer to pay letter and you serve it on all of them, so you have verification that they received it. Okay, now it creates a whole different situation. Now, say after you serve them a letter or whatever, a month or a day or whatever, you went in default or you miss or you decide just stop paying them anyway because you're tired of their shit. Well, they can't really foreclose on you. How are they going to foreclose on you when you've already offered to pay as soon as they follow the law? And you sent that shit to the judge that's looking after it. And so once you do all of that, then it kind of puts everybody on notice. I get Miss Susan is texting me. And so it puts you in a little different position. Now, if they want to serve you or whatever, or if you go into foreclosure or whatever, okay, so what if they just want to ignore you or whatever? Okay, so this including the package. Okay, so you got the lawsuit, you got all the stuff. Oh, you got all the stuff in this package that you need to jam their ass up if they want to try to ignore your offer to pay letter and sue them for the mortgage fraud. So you don't have to wait until they are coming after you or until there's all this drama or whatever. Okay. I got a dough right here for you. Step right in that gate. And jam their ass up before you get in any kind of trouble. The notice of default, we won't open that up. That's all the same. Everybody knows what that is. Notice recuse the judge offer the pay letter. Okay, so this is cool. Oh, I like this. This is one of my most bad. Okay, sorry. Let me stay focused. Bar members don't like this. So this is legal malpractice lawsuit that I have on my website for sale. It's pretty cheap right now. And you can't sue attorney for legal malpractice because they structured the conventional. Yeah. So just do legal malpractice, like a whole city of people have to die, and you have to be able to prove all this stuff, whatever. Okay, but if you go in for breach of contract, because it's still legal malpractice. If they breach the contract, the attorney throws your ass under the bus in the end, so it ain't too hard to prove that they breached the contract and threw your ass under the bus. So for the people that invest in this mortgage fraud package, most of the time the people are legal coaches or property owners who are training their in-house strike team to handle these problems all over the United States, because you can do this stuff in any state. Those people can use this if any of their people hired an attorney, okay, to defend them in this foreclosure situation or criminal, whatever, and the attorney threw them under the bus. Now, I wouldn't just use this against the attorney or whatever. What I would do is I would include the attorney that you paid I would include his or her ass in your lawsuit against the state and the judge and the players, because they all and sue their ass in that and beat their ass and beat the attorney's ass down with that first. And then when the judge is making them come to the settlement table and all of that, and after all of that is settled, because if you throw this on the table beforehand, they're going to try and wipe it away with forcing you in the settlement. Yep. So you want to save this for last. Okay. So like I said, in my program, okay, y'all, your power is only right. Also, you're going to learn how to have some fun. And this is part of the fun. And usually when I use this, most of these law firms have other law firms all over the state and other states. How embarrassing is it to get your legal malpractice lawsuit for breach of contract in their law firm in Iowa, and you live in Kansas? Oh yeah, we about to do that right now. Kopecky, he got 2 law firms in Missouri, one in Kansas, and he has one in Iowa. My legal team is all over that. So we're going to make sure they all get documentation. What we're about to stick in their face right now, the demand to strike his shit because, he's not registered with FARA. So this is included in the package too. So now you see why you don't need to come to my program rushing around, worrying about the sale, trying to stop shit or whatever. Because you ain't here to stop the sale. You ain't here to stop the eviction. You're here to beat their ass and go after them for stealing your property. Now, if you do all of that shit right, you'll do that. You'll stop that stuff. But if you don't do it right and you stop that stuff and you don't have a game plan to sue the attorney, to sue the judge or whatever, then they're going to stall. They're going to stall your ass out, throw your shit under the counter in that basket, move your ass up on the eviction protocol, get them people out to your house ASAP. That's how they do that. Now, this is a document that I included. I actually just included chapter 12, the bankers. Well, I actually included the document. Looks like I'm going to have to include the document. I wanted to include the document and chapter 12. Now, it's actually a PDF, and the PDF is it's called the bankers something, whatever. Now, out of that, the bankers' ultimate fear is I got a lot of information from that we're using that information in some of the documents that we posted. No, I don't see it. I'll have to put the PDF in here so you have the whole book. Now, keep in mind, the book talks about the bankers and kicking the bankers' ass or whatever. Now, we don't bother the bankers because the bankers are not the ones that are causing the problem that we have before us at this time. And so the system is structured to bother the bankers, and it's a waste of your time because the bankers did a charge off, and the court knows that you can't prove the bank has shit to do with anything. And that's why they ignore you. The other reason they ignore you is because when you hire an attorney, that attorney automatically gets a cut of what they steal from you and throw your ass under the bus. Now, the bankers seek the document that we use to get this information out of has a lot of information in it that's useful and for people who are structuring their own stuff. But you got to remember, we're using that against the attorneys and the court, the judge, and all of that. Those are the people in your face. When you go to court for this problem and you start talking about the bank and all of that shit, you might as well just go home and throw your shit in the yard. I'm just saying. Because they know that they think you believe their lies. That's a good way to put it. When you start talking about that conventional shit, they think you believe their lies. Now, I think that's everything that's on that list. Now, I shortened this list a little bit because some of the stuff we never used. And Some of the stuff we don't use because it requires the judge to rule on stuff, and so that's why we don't use nothing that requires the judge to rule on anything in a state court level. And for obvious reasons, because we're suing their ass for starters. What's up, JR? Welcome to the show tonight. Can you get the deed back from the state if you have a mortgage on your home? You don't understand how this goes, JR. You don't have a mortgage. They lied to you. And that thing you're calling was a mortgage. That was generated with your signature after you signed the promissory note or the deed or both. They process it they stamp pay to an order of honor and process to the Federal Reserve, and they received electronic credits that they're saying was the loan that they gave you, but it wasn't a loan. They received, and according to Modern Money Mechanics, was put out by some guy that's way smarter than me. He says that the bank received 9 times the amount that went into a demand deposit account. And so, how could the bank be going broke? And why would they want to take your house and throw you out on the street and your family out on the street without even compensating you for what you paid? Oh, we just talked about that, man. The mortgage fraud package has what you need in it to attack them, to get your mortgage out of, to get your deed out of their office. That's what that offer to pay letter is all about. What's up, William? Welcome. Thank you for coming to the show tonight. All is well. They have a warrant out for my arrest. I went down there and filed some stuff, and they didn't arrest me, so not yet. But my next stuff I'm about to file, I might want to I might mail it in first, so to make sure they have it before I go down there and file it anyway. Just because I like to go down there and stick my face in the place because they like me so much. Yeah, I am. I am OG. But you know what? They taught me or forced me to learn. You can do whatever you want, man, or you can buy my stuff and just sue it and just go after them for what I have in it. Because the way my stuff is structured, we're going after them for what the real-time feedback that I got from the 680 something people in one of my Facebook pages and other people that's not in the page said we needed to be doing because these fools, I was trying to get away with shit. Oh, thank you, bro. Thanks. I'm an asshole. That's the way I like it. If you want to be in my program, you got to be an asshole too. You need to have a shitty ass attitude if you want to be in my program. Nice. Well, I'm glad my information is for just anybody that is not a U.S. citizen. So, well, I'm glad you feel that way. I love my job. This is my therapy for what they put my family through. So now yep, pro se is offense because you can't get shit done with defense. I mean, you can mess up some shit, but now you're working way too hard trying to win the game with your defense. So I already know that. Y'all seen Kansas City tonight, Yeah, it works great if you got the defense and your offense. Or if you're a badass, you got some badass shit, you don't need no damn defense. You just put your offense out there and either knock them out or make them go sit the hell down. So in my program, you could go either way. You knock them out or go make them go sit the hell down. And I just tell them, oh, yeah, JR. So here's the thing, man. There's a thing. So in federal court, they use the magistrate judge to throw your shit out because the magistrate judge is a lesser judge, a fake judge, kind of like assistant municipal judge. Yeah. And the magistrate judge has no judicial authority to be doing shit in your case without the consent of all parties. Now y'all know my ass don't talk like that, so I read that shit somewhere. And if you don't think I got my shit right, Google magistrate judge consent form for your state and pull that shit up. Yeah, I was having a conversation with my wife one time. She's a badass too, but she don't really like, she likes to stay in the other room over there. But we having this conversation one time. Oh, the magistrate judge consent. No, the magistrate, no. I said, okay, honey, all right. So I pull it. So I Googled magistrate judge can pulled up the form, and there it was. Magistrate judge does not have consent to do shit in your case without the signed consent of all parties. And so I printed it off, and I handed it to her. She was standing behind me in the office over there working. And I handed it to her. So what's this? Oh, I don't know. Let me read that. Oh, damn. And it says right on there, if the magistrate judge don't get this consent form signed, they're in violation of 455, something, whatever. Oh, and my wife's like, oh, damn, you're right. Okay, so how many husbands? Oh, husband hear that? Yeah, he's like, I was like, could you say that one more time? She said, yeah, it's right here. You're right. Could you say that 15 more times? Okay, sorry. That's honest to God truth. That's actually what happened. Yeah, no, dude. You can sue anybody. Now, I don't recommend putting lien on the federal judge's house and the federal judge access to your shit or whatever, nothing like that, because the prisoners kind of messed that up for people, and they made some laws that, and they made some statutes that make it ugly for people who do that. So I wouldn't do that, but you don't need to. Jam the attorney's ass up enough. Oh, there was nothing more fun than having those attorneys they called my sister pissed off when we served his wife. And oh yeah, they had the police call my sister and basically, tell my sister to mail the stuff to their office or to the court. Which was total bullshit, and that's not what we did. But anyway, yeah. Oh, they were really mad. And the magistrate judge, so they tried to ignore the shit in state, my sister's foreclosure and judicial, and she jammed up. And we shut it down. And they tried to ignore it. So we moved them over to federal court. We moved it over to federal court. Then they tried to say it was the same thing and do some slick shit. So we just filed another lawsuit in federal court. But this time, we took the attorney off and we left his wife ass on there. And the magistrate judge was pissed. So the magistrate judge took the attorney's wife off and put the attorney's ass back on there. Oh, hell no. So they thought I was going to do an amendment. So they all had already filed their objection to my amendment, and I decided I wasn't doing that. So I stayed up all night studying one night. And at the bottom of how to do an amendment, at the bottom, way down there by that little number, there's supplemental pleading. You can file a supplemental pleading in a case as long as you add a party or add a count or both, and they both have to be connected to the original reason why you're there. Oh, so now what I did was we added the magistrate judge is ass, back, and we added the attorney's wife ass back on there, and we left the attorney's ass off. And my sister's like, well, why the hell would we? Why wouldn't we? I'm like, dude, just work with me here. I guess I'm doing this, I told her. I'm leaving the attorney's ass off because I feel bad for his ass. Excuse me? Come on now. You need to understand the picture. I feel bad for the attorney's ass because the attorney is going to get his ass beat every time he goes home now. Because the wife ass is back on that federal shit along with the bar association, and the attorney's ass ain't even on there. Oh, that's hot. Yeah, I can't talk about how that went any after that. So that's all I can say. Oh, thank you, Kerry Jackson. Yeah, the demand for sanctions is what we were using to jam them up. I always wanted to have one document, that's like my dream. One document, one punch, and they go crawl in the corner and they come back crawling out. I look, I'm still, I like to enjoy myself and make the ass tap out. Okay, so so this was that document, but we can punch them, and this is punch them right in the face. This is your opportunity to demand for sanctions. It's your opportunity to get your demand for some money on the table without them having an opportunity to object to it. Because they can't. How are they going to object to it when everything that you got in there is accurate and they're screwing up? So yeah. And then if the judge objects to it, you can sue the judge ass. So that's whoever objects, sue him, sue him, sue him, sue him. Oh yeah, I know I laugh around, I joke around, but I bring fire to the table, and I don't play. And you'll see if you invest in a premium package, you'll get the 3 documents that I'm using to stick in these people's face over in municipal court. So you see, I use my own shit. Gina, I don't know what that means, but a couple of things, guys. If you get in my program, you can't. I don't want you sending me screenshots. I don't want you sending me anything. Screenshots, links, copies of your stuff. I don't need any of that. My account, my YouTube got hacked a couple of years ago, and so I'm a little jumpy with none of that stuff. And I don't need it. I don't need people sending me screenshots, and the main reason is because you need to be able to communicate with me using your words. You can send me a screenshot of something, and I can look at that shit, and I can think of at least 5 different things that you could be meaning. Maybe 7. But at the end of the day, if you don't know how to use the words, you're not going to know what to say when these assholes are in your face or have your ass on the phone or in their Zoom meeting or whatever. And if you don't know what to say, that's what they're going to leave it on. They're not gonna rule on all this shit. If they can get your ass to talk about the lender, the payments, the loan. If they can get your ass to talk about any of that shit, you better go and throw your shit in the yard. So I'm just saying. Gina, I don't have motions. Okay, I don't have motions. I don't file stuff in their conventional program. I don't teach people how to do that. I teach people how to get in my non-conventional program and sue their ass for the bullshit. So that's so I don't have motions. I don't teach people how to do nothing in their conventional stuff except crush it and then sue their ass in federal court. That's how this works in my mind for what we do here. And I don't help anybody do conventional stuff. I don't help you do what you were doing already. No offense to anybody, but most of what everyone knew or knows already about the legal system is bullshit lies that the attorneys made you believe. So my show tonight, Gina, is not to think, not help you with these things. You could come to my coaching. I coach on Twitter at neighbors_coach, and you can ask your questions there. But the question you're asking me, I can't help you. I have lawsuit packages. I help people use my lawsuit packages to keep the fools at the gate. But you got to get yourself to the gate. And my website's down right now. So if you're interested in foreclosure or whatever, I can send you a link, a screenshot to the information. Yeah, I'm a little out there. I'm tired of putting up with their shit. So, and so this is my therapy of what they did to my wife and my family. Yeah, the Tuckers Act. It's pretty badass, and I use that in all of my newer packages. Yep, there you go, root words. You all up over that shit. Yeah, 1887. Okay, so root word. I love what you're doing here, man. So check this out. The Administrative Procedure Act of 1946 is also a federal law. The Administrative Procedures Act of 1946 forces corporations to have their policies and procedures in line with the Constitution. Mm-hmm. Now, I use that shit in my stuff. Now, it's administrative, so you can't really use it as remedy to get money or whatever, you know. But you can stick it up in their face and jam them up. And theoretically speaking, you could force the administrative court to force them to change their procedures to make them in line with the federal law. The Administrative Procedures Act is also a federal law that was enacted in 1946. Now, if you like research this or Google it and you don't put Administrative Procedures Act of 1946, then you'll pull up Cornell Law Library. I have to slow down a little bit on this. Watered down bullshit. Okay. And that ain't going to help you. Okay. Administrative Procedures Act of 1946. It's pretty badass. Now, even when you pull that out, they have it like a whole bunch of stuff because they don't think people are going to spend the time to review it all. So, and the other thing that I use with the Tuckers Act in that document that I showed you. Okay, so when I went out there, when I used the Tuckers Act situation, I also forced the clerk to file my stuff in the International Court of Claims. It used to be called the International Court of Trade. They changed it or whatever. So that document jamming up the judge for unfair pleading standard and reference to the Tuckers Act also is also demanding that the clerk file that shit in an International Court of Claims. Now, in my opinion, on the research that I've done, the International Court of Claims is the only judicial court left in the world. I mean, not the world. For us in the United States of America, because, and the only reason that it was left is because the other countries didn't want to do business with us when they went from gold and silver or whatever and jamming us up in these stupid ass administrative courts and started screwing up everybody. They didn't want to do business with us because they already know how it's going to go, the way it's going with us. So they kept, but they don't want people to know about this court, and they change it and move it around to make it complicated to get into whatever. So I figured the court is supposedly is either in New York or it's in Washington, D.C., one of those two. I called their ass one time. Yeah, in 2017, when I won my $3 $10 seatbelt tickets against the city. I called their ass after studying for a couple of weeks and having all this stuff, how to file a case in that court and how to do all that stuff. Now, what I came across, well, okay, let me change that. So when you've been doing this for a while, you can read their bullshit and then you can like see stuff that normal people don't see because they already beat your ass down a bunch of times. Okay, so in my opinion, we should be able to access the International Court of Trade at any federal court building. Okay, that bullshit of having to go to Washington or New York, wherever the hell that shit is bullshit, and I ain't having it. So that document, that pleading standard, was structured to address that shit and to force them assholes to file that shit in the International Court of Trade or to Court of Claims or whatever the hell they want to call it. So, yeah. So they ain't trying to let anybody know that shit is real. Are you kidding me right now? Oh, hell no. They ain't trying to let anybody know that you can do that shit because we all stupid. Yeah, but that's the power in that one document. Now, yeah. And that document is included in the package as well. So, we're gone over the hour mark, so I'm gonna get the hell out of here. Rude words. You need to like you need to friend me. You need to follow me on Twitter, and then I can see where you are. Yeah, because I like the way you catching on to some shit up in here. So they'll pull up the Tuckers Act like that. Mm-hmm. And I'm sharing my knowledge for free. Gratis. Que yo tengo aquí es gratis porque yo tengo muchos amigos allá. Y si tienes un problema con los pinches policías, por favor, llámame. Okay, that was my Spanish talking there. Just the facts, Jack. And see, this is the thing. People think that, this is so complicated. These attorneys are going to kick my ass. Our attorneys are full of shit. I'm just going to tell you, they're lazy as hell. And they're used to all their friends backing them up and kissing each other's butt. So nobody has to do any work. They already know you hired them to help them with the foreclosure. So they got the money, you paid them. They already know how much you got in your bank account, how much you're worth, all that shit. They know all your business because you told the attorney because you trusted the asshole. And now the attorney's going to get bank over there for throwing from their buddies to throw your ass under the bus in the end. Oh. But if you get in my program, that shit's a little ugly for them. Oh, thank you, Gino. Guys, thank you for the value of sharing your time. If you guys are interested in one of my packages that I have on sale right now, the packages are half price already, and the two premium packages have been marked down to $1,300, another $200, while the website is down. Now, I was hoping to get the website up, and I haven't contacted Humera, the young lady that's doing all this. She's from Pakistan. And I know Sunday's a religious day, so I don't bother them. And even if she's not done yet, I want her to do. I want it to be fire. So I ain't in a hurry. We had to move that shit from GoDaddy and leave their ass in the dust. And there was a bunch of extra things that she had to do that we didn't plan on having to do. So But the website's gonna be up soon. If you need something before the website gets is up and running, send me an email or call me or text me. You can text me what you need and text me your email address. That'd be the easiest way that I can get to it as soon as I can. And I'll send you the link along with a screenshot of the two packages or whatever. So thank you guys for the very sharing your time. I'll see you in the next live stream.